Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. NIT Warangal non-business professionals. Welcome to Business for Non-Business Professionals program. And I am taking the session on synchronous learning. And I'll be dealing with what, why, and how of synchronous learning. How synchronous learning can be part of non-business professionals program where business is getting introduced. My name is 1 by 12 Mandi sir. 1 by 12 Mandi sir. This name is given by my students lovingly looking at my work. NIT Warangal, non-business professionals, I welcome you once again to the synchronous learning session. And this video is a prelude to my next session, which I'm going to have 2-3 days. And this will be put on YouTube video. Just see it and come to my session. Welcome to you. What do you mean by learning synchronous? Why the learning should be synchronous? These are the questions, So what do you mean by synchronous learning? Okay, let us see what synchronous. Synchronous means time coordinated between the two events or two things. The timing of chronology, timely thing is being coordinated so that as desired is being happening. Synchronous dance, synchronous walking. You will be knowing about synchronous happening, synchronous environment. For example, synchronous dance. What do you mean by that? Means the two dancers are synchronizing their movements so that it looks good. And the same person in a Bharatanatyam or in some other particular dance, the hand and leg are coordinated exactly that so that it looks beautiful. So synchronous is being applied for learning. And when you say synchronous learning, teacher and student together at the same time, if they are together and learning is happening, it is called synchronous learning. For example, the video I am making is asynchronous learning. I'm making a video and posting on YouTube, and you will be seeing later on. So that's not a synchronous learning. When I interact with you directly, then it becomes synchronous. Okay, so synchronous is two things simultaneously should happen and in a coordinated manner. That's the beauty. Learning, one of the most important thing is that the spending, the outflow of money, outgo of money happens synchronously. When learning, actually spending comes before, much before the learning happens. So can we have, is it possible to have the returns out of the spending also to happen in the real time? Is it possible to have outgo and also income of learning can happen simultaneously? So is it that's a theory and practice if it can happen simultaneously, synchronously, concurrently? I think concurrent is what engineers understand. So synchronous learning is nothing but concurrent learning, where you want to make learning happen, both the things happening simultaneously, spending and also learning, outgo and also incoming. Theory and practice both should happen. So it's an amazing kind of a concept. Usually this particular outgo and inflow, this economic dimension of learning is rarely being looked at, and I focus on this. And friends, business for non-business professionals, the moment you are thinking about synchronizing the earning along with the spending, I mean the fees you are paying and also the returns you are getting in real time happening. Actually, you can have a earning much before even the spending also. There's a possibility. You are engineers, you can design your thinking, you can design the whole learning in such a way. So friends, welcome to synchronous learning. It's an amazing concept where I focus on learning two things, learning related to outcomes, spending and earning happening simultaneously. Friends, the moment we are trying to synchronize the learning spending and learning earning, we are injecting we are introducing business element into the learning. That's a beauty. And most of your non-business professionals, the moment you are trying to achieve the synchronizing, concurrent learning and earning, theory and practice, an amazing kind of transformation is happening for the learning. It truly becomes, the learning becomes business wise. Usually, most of the times, learning is technical, functional, but not business wise, especially for non-business professionals like you engineers. It's more of technical and functional. Fortunately, this particular program is being designed to make you to orient to not only technical and functional, but also business wise. And we are bringing this synchronous, concurrent, simultaneous learning and earning. That's what the title said, that learning and also earning in real time. So that is the way how we inculcate, we introduce business into your learning process. Why synchronous learning? Why the outgo and income should happen? Why theory and practice both should happen simultaneously? It has got 1, 2, 3, 4 implications. Parivartan, transformation, complete transformation. Please understand, transformation is not just a change, but an unimaginable change. Okay? Parivartan happens for the learner. The learner becomes something absolutely different. An amazing learner emerges when it happens. That is the magic of synchronous learning, concurrent learning. You can call it simultaneous learning, where learning and earning both are happening. Number 2, the synchronous learning can also be taken as a measurement, ginti, counting. Okay, you can measure whether learning is happening or not, and you can see how much learning is happening. Friends, the more the practice, the more the learning, the more the productive, the more the monetized inflow is there, more the learning. That's an amazing kind of way looking at the learning. Third, synchronous learning lead to self-reliance. Swavalamban. You can stand on your own legs. That is the beauty, and which is an important one. Actually, the self-reliant learning will also have motivation for the students to go ahead and learn more and better. Of course, indirect to objective is Udyamita, enterprise. The business for non-business professionals intention is to make you to become enterprising individuals, either working in companies or otherwise. Enterprising, Udyamita, you should become an entrepreneur. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives can be achieved by synchronous. That's the reason why is being looked at. Friends, when business element is introduced into your non-business professional learning, 1, 2, 3, 4 happens. More specifically, excellence, amazing learning happens. Employability, you will become better jobs. You get jobs, but you should get best jobs. You should get desired jobs. That is the beauty about it, like that. And you will also become, affordability can be done for that. Economic inflow along with outflow will develop the economic stamina of the confidence of the student, learner. And especially in a poor country, this is very, very important. And of course, entrepreneurship, which I just summarized. For synchronous learning, we invented absolutely a new generative learning mechanisms, learning modes, learning methods, learning paths, and they are called Mandi learning way, and also student startups. How synchronous learning? Very simple ways of doing it. Mandi learning and also student startups. It's nothing new. It's very, very natural way of learning. It's easy and it's most tempting and most interesting. I picked up 2 examples of Mandi learning in America, US, United States of America. There Mandi learning happens. Okay, 2 examples I just gave it. One is that second standard student in high school going student is attending market day. So what this particular second standard student do is that uh, the girl, the boy makes some kind of a products and brings to the college school and engages on that particular market day and try to sell it. That's the way how business is being inducted into the non-business kind of thing. So school kids are being done. This is a natural way of happening in America. This won't happen in Bharat. This won't happen for NIT Warangal students. It won't happen for MBA students. Most of the Indians, they don't do it. Anil Jampala has not done this as a student. Of course, he must have done extracurricular activity, but not curricular activity. Okay, this is one. The left side, if you look at, one lady is trying to serve coffee. The part-time jobs which are there in that. Most of the Indians who go there, and all the Indians who go there in US or Europe, they all do part-time jobs. But in NIT Warangal, they rarely do it. The synchronous learning says that why not engage these learners? Why not to develop this kind of a monetizing activity as part of academic learning? Why it should happen extracurricular? Why it should happen parallel and outside of the curricular learning? The synchronous learning argument is that this kind of monetizing, this kind of cashifying can happen in a regular curriculum part of it, and it can happen for BNBP students, business for non-business professional students also, it can happen. So these are the true igniters of how Monday learning. This is basically value creation in academic learning. The most of the learning is academic. Most of the academic learning has no value creation, actually value absorption, value appropriation, value deterioration. Please, it's not an accusation, but when value is not being created, value is not being captured, it's nothing but value is being lost. Friends, welcome to Synchronous Learning, and these are two examples where you can look at young people, how they do part-time jobs, why they should do part-time, why they should not do part of regular curricular activity. This is the Synchronous Learning session which I'll be dealing with. I'm known as Mandi sir. What I do for my MBA students is that 1,000 students are being put into Bombay market, and these are the photos which are there in the Mumbai Juhu Beach and other places where these students are going around and selling the educational toys for one day. So market day for postgraduate students. So this is how business part. Please understand, this is nothing to do with the technical, this is not to do with the functional part. Primarily, this orientation is injecting a business as part of learning so that student might develop and they practice what do you mean by cashifying, monetizing, enterprising. So these are examples. We are doing this for the last 20 years. So बेच के सीखो, sell and learn. Whatever you are learning, sell it. If you are learning civil engineering, sell the civil engineering. If you are learning biology, apply. Selling means application, giving to the customer, transforming to the customer, transmitting to the customer so that customer will give a value so that you get benefited. Why you are learning civil engineering if it is not being practiced? No, sir, I will do after 2 years, 3 years. No, synchronous. If you are learning today how to make cement, if you are learning today how to make a construction, you should do it today itself, and it can be done. So how do you synchronize the practice with the theory? How do you bring in the practice to be productive? Is the Mandi method of बेच के सीखो, सिखाई बेच के सीखो, जितना सीखा पूरा बेचो. What all you are learning, sell it. When you are learning, sell it. Then and there you sell it. जब जब सीखा तुरंत बेचो. जहां सीखा वहीं बेचो. Wherever you are learning, you should do it. If you are learning in Warangal, why don't you practice it in Warangal? Why you want to practice it in Pune? Why you want to practice it in America? You can do it later on, but that day on which you are learning in Warangal, you must practice it. जितना सीखा पूरा बेचो, जहां सीखा वहीं बेचो. मैं क्यों बेचूं? बेचने से you are developing the business element part of the learning. That is what is missing in regular curriculum. And the BNBP, business for non-business professionals, is trying to inject that part into your this thing. And Monday is one of the best ways. And you pick up the toys, you pick up props, which are very, very relevant for you. They are related to physics, they are related to mathematics, they are related to engineering, they are related to chemistry, zoology, anything like that. Whatever you are learning, try to be looked at. For example, a mathematical scale can be sold in the market. A physics toy can be sold in the market so that you can explain physics and also be able to get back your this thing. For example, a dental floss can be used for that. So I make students to do 200-300 different types of a creative, but in a highly technical and functional, and we bring in that business part along with the technical functional, the third element business part of it. So we pick up amazing kind of products for them and introduce this. We are hoping that NIT Warangal students also will be doing the Monday experience shortly, and there are many videos on YouTube. బేచికే సీకో అమ్ముతూ నేర్చుకోరా తమ్ముడు, కొనుక్కుంటే చదువు కాదురా అమ్మడు. తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నాను. బేచికే సీకో, ಸಿಖಾಯಿ ಬೇಚಿಕೆ ಸೀಕೋ. ಇದನ್ನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಖರ್ಚನ್ನ, ಇದನ್ನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸಂಪಾದಿಸಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆನಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್. అమ్ముతూ నేర్చుకోరా తమ్ముడు, కొనుక్కుంటే చదువు కాదురా అమ్మడు. అమ్ముతున్నప్పుడు కొనుక్కునేటప్పుడు అమ్మడం కూడా చేయొచ్చు. ఈ చేతితో కొనుక్కో, ఆ చేతితో అమ్మేసి. ఇన్ దిస్ హ్యాండ్ యూ ట్రై టు బై ఇట్, in the other hand try to do it. Why there should be delay in it? Don't make it delay. This is the Monday approach we are doing for the last 20 years, and hundreds and thousands of students have gone through, and this exercise is going to be happening for you in the next some time. I look forward for this as a Monday sir. You might get a doubt that how come synchronous learning will be useful for small kids. No, what we are thinking here, synchronous learning is for the postgraduate students and graduate students, grown-ups, 16 plus, 18 plus years students. I am sure BNBP students are, most of them are adult kind of thing. It is for the adult learners. It's not for the small kids and graduating students. You're all getting into the market. Actually, you should understand the market, customer, business. When you understand your employability, your placements will be far, far superior. So don't get this doubt that this is being argued for small kids in primary school. No, it is for the grown-up students. It is for the UG and PG students what we are discussing. To startups. So after Monday, the next method, a different kind of method, then an extended Monday mode of learning is student startups. So these are all student startups started by our students in the campus, and every engineering college student can start startups. If you can make products, you can also sell the products, and sell those products, sell those designs, sell those models, sell those prototypes is basically the Monday part of it. If it can be done in an extended way, if it is done for the whole 2, 3, 4 years, it can be done in a formal way, that is startup. Informal way doing is Monday, formal way doing is startups. So these are all startups which are came in. You might be knowing about Matic and Polygon. That's a unicorn of in India, which is done by my own student called Sandeep Nailiwal. There are many other, Jaika Gatadka, this is also YouTube channel, and also Kisan Kirana Trial. These are all the students who created, who went through Monday and graduated next to higher level. That is startups. I'm very proudly demonstrate. Just go and see them. Okay, Bolo India. This is also one more. Trellis, one more startup is there. There are so many startups. I'll just show them. To use that, these are all startups started by students when they were students in the college. Lalton, Square Ads, Freecamal.com, Quivers, Huawei. Huawei is a Hyderabad-based company by Masade. Quivers is by Bansal again. Crowfield is by one more student, NIT Surathkal and NIT student. Barnawal. Magenta Power is also a student. Just go to net and see. I don't want to tell more about them. Proudly share the unicorns out of this Mandi and student startups thing, where business is being injected into the a part of their MBA program. This can be done for engineering. 3 individuals, unicorns: Sandeep Neliwal of Polygon, Saurjendu Medda of Dealshare, Square Ads, Vivek Agarwal. Just go and check online. So the whole uniqueness of this model is that execute first and automatic learning happens. When you're executing, when you're practicing what you're doing, and practice in such a way that the outcome is going to be there. So default is learning. Learning is automatically happens. When the inflow is there, automatically the learning happens. A lot of people have a doubt saying that I don't know about it. Actually, you already know many things. You already had information. Only thing is that many information has to be executed. When you go there and try to do it, try to sell it, try to execute it, you understand what is not there. And cashification as part of curriculum. Most of the curriculum is basically burning the cash. It is creating the cash. That's the uniqueness of the whole business as part of non-business learning, synchronous learning. It's typically information implementation. You are loaded with bundles and loads and loads of information. Why don't you implement it? The moment you are implementing, you get monetized, you get autonomized. Please understand, you become more autonomic. You become autonomic learning. You go to exactly what is required and try to answer it. And it is Saraswati and Lakshmi both together is synchronous learning. Lakshmi becomes Saraswati and Saraswati becomes Lakshmi. Is both are very synchronously being done. There is no time left. Lot need to be done. Method need innovative, and synchronous learning can be able to do this. Manit Gohil is the founder of Lalten, and it is Alibaba of Indian crafts industry, and he started this company in the classroom. Of course, technical and functional to the next level, that is business. The moment you got into the business, you understand technical and professional very well. More look at and go to YouTube and see Lalten. Students who registered their formal enterprises, if all the business for non-business professional program students, if they register their companies at NIT Warangal just for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and they run them, automatically business will get into them. That's how we do it. Look at the boys and girls, how they do it. And it's quite possible for you. You can register a company. Registering a company is nothing. It's just 1,000 rupees expenses, maybe around 2,000 rupees expenses, depending upon what kind of business you want to do it, like what kind of business registration you want to do. If you want to do a private limited company, probably you require 30,000. But LLP, it requires only 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees. A partnership can come in 1,500, 2,000 rupees. So friends, I appeal to the BNBP organizers that you must make the students who register their startups as part of it. Automatically business will get into it. Hundreds of students do it. All the class will register the companies. If you don't register, you don't get a grade. Look at the way how the students are showing it like that. It's a simple activity. Today you can easily do it. Just online registration can be done for you. It's not a big issue. You're implementing your information which is being taught to you in your classroom. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phases happens for that. You are creating money. For creating money, to get money, you have to create value. Value creation is also there. From right to left, I'm talking about. The product is created, and a company is created, and customer is created. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different phases it will go. Most of the times, the entrepreneurship programs end up with creating products. No, creating products is fine, but we should go beyond You should sell it to the customer. Actually, start selling to the customer and later you create a product is the best way to do it. Because once you found out the customer, then create a company or create a setup, create a small a group, and then create a product and then sell it. You get value and cashify it. So this is the right way of enterprising and introducing business into a typical enterprise program. So this particular thing has got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wastes are eliminated. There is a huge effort which is going into the L-learning. All that can be utilized for startup per Monday. So when you are using that particular the particular effort, so the value creation is a byproduct. Learning is main product. In a typical academic circles, what happens is that they say that they are learning, but there is no byproduct. Actually, byproduct will prove whether the main product happens or not. Learning cannot be evaluated. If somebody is able to make money, get a value out of it, means they has learned it. So waste elimination is one thing. It's not additional work. It is regular learning which you put it to a different kind of a orientation. You work in such a way that it results in value, then waste is eliminated. And you're using information, that is second part. And you are standing on your own, your autonomy, your azadi. Please understand, a student should be able to utilize his own information in his own way. That is a self-determination. Autonomy for an young man is more important. If somebody takes a car out with an instructor and comes back, whether the particular person has learned the car or not is a big question mark. But an individual goes out on his own with a car and comes back, it means that he has confidence to drive the car. So this particular autonomy can be understood when somebody goes out, implements it, comes back. Okay, and amazing different values being created part of Monday, this thing, because you're all first timers, you don't know the market, you go there, you creatively differently use this information, you come out with the innovative designs with which how you can cater to the customers and market. So this is the fourth point to the BNBP students, is that you avoid waste, and no waste is value. Any manufacturing process, if you look at, there is so much of waste is there. Academics also has got waste that can be avoided. For example, if you are spending 12 rupees, you should be able to make 12 rupees. Then you should say that there is no waste. If you are making only 1 rupee out of it, there is 11 rupees waste. So this is what my students call me as 1 by 12 Monday sir. If a student is paying 12 lakh rupees as a fees for engineering, at least one should have 1 lakh rupees, you should have it, and 11 lakh also must be, and that is the way how we look at it. This model of working has got a fundamental theoretical base for it. Ministry of Education came out with a student startup policy. 16th January, Prime Minister is celebrating the Startup India. You have seen it. So the whole India is celebrating it. So college graduate students can definitely work in this direction. And Gandhi Naitali model is seed of it. Like Gandhi in 1930s argued for how students can enterprise their education. There is articles by Effectuation by Saraswati. You can also see online. So go there and see it. Martin Lake is one of the professors who writes about value creating pedagogy. Also, I think probably he will also be one of the guest speakers for this particular program. Neck of Babson College also will speak about this. Steve Blank of Customer Discovery, Validation, Creation also will speak about this particular thing, which you all should refer to. Lean Startup by Eric Rice is the thing. I appeal to you to just go to these resources and try to lay your hand so that you understand better. If you come to my session by looking at this information, it's better. Just go there and just verify. Okay. This slide is self-explanatory. Read it, and read it. The more number of times you read it, you understand it. More questions as we meet in the next session. Okay, go through it. That's most important. The whole exercise of Mandi learning, Mandi and also the startups will be done as assignment. Forming startups part of regular curriculum. Value creation is done as part of learning. You get grades for it, you write assignments, and you will be meeting the customers, and you also cashify the learning. It is nothing to do with out of the curricular. It's not extracurricular, it's not non-curricular, but it is the central curricular learning mode. 2 points I would like to mention about synchronous learning. Synchronous learning can be extended to 4 crore graduate students in the country. India has got college going students around 4 crores. All these 4 crore students can every day earn 100 rupees. And you can imagine what happens, the miracle happens if these 4 crore students earn every day 100 rupees. 100 rupees earning is just, it's very easy for them. And they can start startups. If they start these 4 crore students, about 1 crore startups, maybe around 2 crore startups, it can just speed up the whole process of development. Number 2, this synchronous learning can be extended to any and every subject: agriculture, philosophy, music, acting, botany, business management, engineering, yoga. Everybody can be. That is the possibility of synchronous learning getting extended to any other kind of. This is our vision. Just read it, you understand. Self-explanatory. More in our next meeting. Business for non-business professional students. I impress upon you that you go through the video and come back. More questions, I'll be happy. If you don't go through it, if you don't understand it, if you don't attend to it, I'll be disappointed. మిమ్మల్ని NIT Warangal ఆన్లైన్ సెషన్లో కలుస్తాను తప్పకుండా. I welcome you all for BNBP, Business for Non-Business Professionals. You can do wonderful job as an entrepreneur. Thank you. Bye.